everyone. Welcome in. How are you doing this morning? A plan for me in mind. Be fruitful and multiply. He knows my ending from my beginning. Dismay, lead. Leave your time, but your time. Only your time, but your time. You in mind to be fruitful and multiply. He knows your ending from your beginning. He dismayed, only delayed. Not only your time, but your time. Good morning, good morning. Welcome in. This song is by Vashan Mitchell, Be Fruitful. I just wanted to use the welcome song to welcome you in. Again, welcome to another episode of NSD Mental Health Talk. My name is Dr. Lola. I'm a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and today I will be talking about self-management strategies to manage depression. All right. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's get to it. Um, the self-management strategies for depression are numerous, but let's talk about depression is one of the most prevalent mental health disorders. Is responsible for an impressive burden in terms of personal suffering, consequences for relatives and societal cost, patients, family members, mental health professionals, and policy makers are often pursuing cost-effective ways to facilitate recovery as well, to improve functioning and diminish healthcare burden. One of the most recent possibilities to do this is what we call self-management strategies. Self-management strategies entails the patient to be the expert of his or her own process of health improvement and recovery, including symptom management, dealing with psychosocial consequences, and lifestyle changes. So again, some of the trials we face in life or situations we face in life, some we are not born into, some we cannot control, but we have to always remember we can't control things that happen to us, or we can't control the actions or how other people treat us. The only thing we can control is how we choose to respond to those situations. So again, identifying the cause of the depression. It could be neurochemical imbalances. It can be your environment. It can be past trauma. Whatever the case may be, identifying the cause is the first step in towards healing. Overcoming the problems with concentration by creating to-do list. So we do know some of the one of the symptoms of depression is poor concentration, and when someone has the depressed mood and they are feeling sad, it becomes very hard to concentrate. So how to overcome that is by creating like a to-do list, pasting sticky notes on walls or on your computer, things that will help you remember and just give you that boost to be able to do the things you set out to do that particular day. Finding strategies to create pleasurable distractions. So it could be after a work day or the middle of your day, taking 15 minutes break, 5 minutes break, going for a walk, listening to your favorite music, something that it's got to be intentional. You have to want to do this pleasurable distractions to boost your mood. Number four is finding information about depression. Again, the step to healing is learning about it and finding ways to deal with it. So, be it medication management or, utilizing the self-care strategies we're discussing today. Completing treatment. So, not just, initiating the treatment, but participating, being fully involved, either through the medication management process, the psychotherapy, completing the treatment. So you want to be actively involved and determined to complete your treatment. Explaining depression to friends and family is also very important as well. Helping your friends, your family, those around you to understand, when you struggle with the depression, things they can do to help boost your mood up or support you is also very important. Discussing changes in role within the family and relationships. So sometimes when you feel down, what can your other significant other do to help boost your mood up? What can they do to assist with chores or even with kids around the house when you have your down days or when you're feeling down? Meeting up with friends regularly. Again, if you have supportive friends that will help to boost your mood up, and spending time with those people can also be very helpful. Make sure they are support system and not people that will make your depression flare up when you're around them. Engaging in leisure activities. Find things you enjoy doing, be it like a warm shower, soaking in your bath, listening to your favorite song, finding something you enjoy, or even listening to your favorite podcast. Explaining depression to manager or co-workers, you want to be very careful with that because some people are judgmental. But again, just be careful. If the person is supportive, then that is great. Engaging in moderate physical activity, cardio, cycling, going for walks. Those are physical activity that will help to release endorphins and will help you feel good at the end of the day, give you that energy, that's boost that you need to carry on through the course of the day. Creating a timetable of activities. Again, it's always good to have kind of like a little schedule of what you set out to do in the day. Kind of checking it out as you go through the course of the day will help you to keep track of the day, because when you set out to do certain things in the day and you don't get to it or you don't do anything with that day, you might end up having guilt feeling at the end, which is also not very good as well. So having that timetable will be a guide to help you through the course of the day. Explaining depression to colleagues, again, it depends on the colleagues. You want to be very careful with that. Taking every opportunity to tidy the house. So anytime you have your free time, you off from work after you rest, again, it's a good time to clear clogs and clutters from the house. So this way, you have a clear space, you can think straight, you feel happy about your home, and it definitely helps to boost your mood as well. You want to set realistic short-term goals. So if you're in the process of moving apartment, changing jobs, just set realistic goals. Okay, I'm gonna work on my resume. Next step is to apply. Just short-term goals. Don't set like goals that will overwhelm you and make you feel all flooded, and you're not able to finish what you set out to do. Make sure you have a good day and night rhythm. So 6 to 8 hours is the recommended time for you to sleep daily. So you want to make sure you at least get in that 6 to 8 hours in. If you have a flexible schedule, getting short naps during the course of the day can also help boost your mood. Engaging in a structured form of meditation. So some people meditate through yoga, mindfulness, being present, not focusing on the past or the future, just being in the present moment. I also like to focus on scriptures because it helps to get me centered and it helps me through the course of the day. Ensuring enough rest to avoid exhaustion through overexertion. That's very important. Some people would say, oh, I can function on 2 hours of sleep or I can function on 3 hours of sleep. Well, sometimes you're able to do that for a long time, but then sometimes people end up breaking down after overexerting themselves. So it's very important to remember 6 to 8 hours is the recommended amount of sleep. Try as much as possible to get, if not six, but at least close to it as possible. Seeking contact with fellow sufferers. Again, having support system, support groups, that would definitely help. People that share that can share coping strategies on how they are able to overcome um, the symptoms you're going through is also very helpful. Sport activities is very good. Finding a sport you enjoy, be it cardio, be it cycling, be it kickboxing. Those are ways to get rid of negative energy and help you feel better. Keeping a diary, some people call it a journal. Again, that is very good. It helps you keep track of your progress. It helps you have a heart of gratitude, because sometimes when you go through your journal, you're able to see, oh, okay, this is what I've achieved so far, and it just gives you that sense of gratitude. Uh, um, Observe. You want to make sure you are observing your alcohol intake. Alcohol can be a depressant. Okay, so it depresses your mood. It also interferes with the antidepressant that might be prescribed. It causes neurochemical imbalances, so sometimes it affects the effectiveness of the medication. So you want to be very mindful of that. So limit your alcohol intake as much as you can. You want to be able to explain depression to yourself. Have a good self-talk. Be compassionate to yourself when you talk to yourself. Let yourself know sometimes it's okay to have a sad day. Sometimes it's okay to be down, but so far you don't stay in that mood for such a long time, then it's okay. Sometimes when you wake up and you don't really feel like getting out of bed, making sure you don't talk yourself out of it. For me, what I like to say is, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice, I'll be glad in it. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Having positive things you can say to yourself to give you that energy to go through the course of the day is really helpful. Finding a different therapist when there is limited progress with your current therapist might also be helpful. Finding meaningful occupation. I see a lot of patients that state their job is very stressful, increasing their anxiety, not keeping them up late at night. All this is not good for the health, because, again, it tends to affect their physical health. If it's something you cannot walk through and the anxiety becomes very severe, that is impacting your physical health, then maybe it's time to consider a different career or find a different job that will help to balance both mental and physical health. So it's something to think about. But sometimes walking through with a therapist and knowing your limit as an individual will also help to give that balance balance health and improve depression as well. You want to be very aware of your daily routines. If you find yourself constantly tired, you just want to be consciously aware of how you are spending your day. Are you finding time to have break in between? What are things you're doing that is overwhelming you, or what are things you can incorporate into your day to make you feel a little relaxed through the course of the day as well? All right. You want to discuss depression with those you trust in order to have support. Okay, so again, whenever you're feeling down, you've taken your medications or you've used your self-care strategies and you're still feeling down, explaining to your support system will help them provide needed support on those days when you are struggling, as opposed to keeping them out of the loop. Explain depression to your partner, and the hope is the partner is a supportive and a good partner. Making plans for the future. What are some goals you have? What are some things you want to do for yourself? Having future goals, even if it's a short-term goal. I'm gonna go. I will finish that course, or I would take a new swimming classes. I would go for that bike riding. Whatever it is, it could be a very short-term goal. It could be leisure. It could be academic goals. It could whatever short-term goals you have for yourself. Having those goals help to have hope for the future. Changing the negative aspects of daily routines. Again, finding things that you enjoy doing, making sure you examine your day, what is stressing you out, what is causing that increased anxiety. um, Asking for support when needed at work. Some people take on too much responsibilities at work that becomes very overwhelming, or they have that attitude where they feel they can't just say no to things. Sometimes being assertive and asking for help can also help to create that balance in terms of mental and physical health. Recalling positive memories. This we call visual imagery in psychiatry. Just making sure you recall that memory, that place that gave you that happiness the last time. In times when you are stressed, can also help. For me, I had a pleasant time when I went to Cancun. So remembering that memory helps to, boost my mood up, and looking forward to such memories in future also help give me that hope to keep going and keep pushing forward. Gradually resuming responsibilities that had been taken over by others. Again, as soon as you start to feel better, gradually helping others out so they don't get overwhelmed and it doesn't start to affect relationship is also very helpful. Having breaks from the house when needed, either going to the movies, relaxing, going for a walk, from house chores, it's helpful. Do your house chores, but find pleasurable things to distract yourself at the end. Exploring new hobbies. Or do you want to learn how to swim? Do you want to learn bike riding? Do you want to, whatever new hobbies sometimes gives that excitement and adds a little excitement to your day. Restricting the time spent on worrying. You definitely want to do this. You don't want to spend your entire day worrying. Be consciously aware of what you are thinking about. Okay, so if you're constantly thinking about how am I gonna get this done, how am I gonna do this, how am I gonna do that, it's very important to actually think about what you're thinking about. Like, okay, so if you're worrying about a task that needs to be completed, writing down your goals, breaking it down into bits and breaking it down and kind of assigning like a time frame to finish those goals will help. But worrying about it and not doing anything about it is time consuming. Is It's just a waste of time. So just be consciously aware of what you are worrying about. Finding out which activities are achievable. That's also a good one. Activities are achievable. Okay, so don't just say I'm gonna finish all the stacks in one day, or we want to break it down. Find tasks that are doable. Break it down into things that are achievable. So at the end, you're not feeling overwhelmed or feeling frustrated that you're not able to achieve those goals. Acknowledging that depression is a disease. Okay, so you want to acknowledge that it's a disease. Sometimes you might not be able to control how you feel, but you can control how you choose to respond to it. Because sometimes depression is caused by neurochemical imbalances, situations, and things like that. So acknowledging the fact that it's a disease and knowing that you can choose how you respond to it, or you can try to choose how you respond to it, is very important. Using a positive mantra is very important. A good one I like is change your mind, change your life. Okay, so when you change your mind, you change your life. How you react and respond to things is also important. Organizing that a therapist is accessible, so whenever you need that individual counseling, again, it's okay to ask for help when needed. Talk it out, find out other positive coping strategies. It helps to um, identify internal stressors that you might not have thought about, or might not be consciously aware to you. So again, seeking that therapist, discussing things out is definitely helpful. Your family background is also very important. This is why we asked during the intake assessment, is there anyone in the family that has struggled with any mental illness? Because sometimes it might be genetic, and identifying such will help to target treatment. Even sometimes knowing the medications the family member is on can also help as well, because some family members tend to respond to the same antidepressant or same medication. So it's helpful to know this information if you have access to those information. Discussing information found about depression with your therapist is very helpful as well. Making sure there is adequate support when using medication. So again, sometimes some people forget to take their medication, or sometimes they don't want to do it after a while because of the stigma or side effect. Having your support system with you, knowing that sometimes the side effects do resolve 3 to 7 days afterwards, or support system can also help in terms of providing reminders to take medication. If it's somebody elderly using pill boxes, and having it in each individual slot can help for the individuals to remember to take their medication. All the support system can help and assist them to make sure they take their medication on the days assigned. Meeting up with people who are not aware of the depression can also help as well. Spending time with someone neutral, talking neutral, and just having a good time. Um, and healthy eating is also important. Again, some people talk about self-esteem a lot when it comes to depression, right? So we want to make sure we are consciously aware of what we are putting in. Fast food, junk food. Again, those food at the end of the day, if you eat too much of it, not only will it increase weight, but also affect self-esteem as well. So we want to be mindful. If you want to have a treat day, if it's once a week, once a month, whatever you decide, so far you are not constantly putting things into your body that would further affect self-esteem and make you feel down. So be healthy eating is very important. Drinking enough fluids, including fruits and vegetables, as much as you can, are all ways to help boost your mood and improve the depression. Exercise is very good. It is actually one of the most effective, as seen in the research. Well, I hope some of these strategies are helpful, and I hope you utilize this in your day-to-day activities, and I hope you live a healthy life. And I look forward to speaking to you the next time. Take care and God bless.